have stayed asleep.
That's it, out there to the north. We used to keep a boat around here to get there and back.
Right. Excuse me.
This is the part where we usually get in the boat. Are you with me?
Alright, we're with you. Traveled long and far with Serana in an attempt to at least take her back to her home and see what's going on. So we're gonna board the boat, travel across over to the castle. No new developments along the way. Serana kind of is tight-lipped, didn't tend to reveal much, but you know, fair enough. She didn't ask too many questions about us either, so you know.
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anyway, just out of this.
Okay. Big castle. Not a lot going on outside, just a lot of birds so far. But again, our main reason for doing this, we could, you know, gather some intel, if you will, for the Dawn Guard if need be.
Hey, so, before we go in there,
What is it?
I wanted to thank you for getting me this far. But after we get in there, I'm going to go my own way for a while. I think. I know your friends would probably want to kill everything in here. I'm hoping you can show some more control than that. Once we're inside, just keep quiet for a bit. Let me take the lead.
Fair enough. We still want to get in there, find out what's going on in this castle. There's something we're feeling is an unusual sense of comfort about this place. And not comfort necessarily in a good way either, just like, it's disturbingly comfortable. Something about this place.
After all these years, Lady Serana's back. Now that's something.
Alright. Let's head inside the keep. See if we can kind of get to the bottom of all this and make some sense of, one, our feelings, two, what's going on with Serana, and just kind of, you know, gather the lay of the land, if you will. See who's on the right side of this fight. Granted, the vampires appear to be a menace.
Trespass here. Wait, Serana? Is that truly you? I cannot believe my eyes. My lord, everyone! Serana has returned!
I guess I'm expected.
I can't believe it.
Let's check this out.
My long-lost daughter returns at last. I trust you have my elder scroll.
After all these years, that's the first thing you ask me? Yes, I have the scroll.
Of course, I'm delighted to see you, my daughter. Must I really say the words aloud? Ah, if only your traitor mother were here. I would let her watch this reunion before putting her head on a spike. Now tell me, who is this stranger you have brought into our hall?
This is my savior, the one who freed me.
For my daughter's safe return, you have my gratitude. Tell me, what is your name?
Oh, I'm the wretched Harmony. Who are you?
I am Harkon, Lord of this court. By now, my daughter would have told you what we are.
Well, you're vampires.
Not just vampires. We are among the oldest and most powerful vampires in Skyrim. For centuries we lived here, far from the cares of the world. All that ended when my wife betrayed me and stole away that which I valued most.
Okay. What happens now?
You have done me a great service, and now you must be rewarded. There is but one gift I can give that is equal in value to the Elder Scroll and my daughter. I offer you my blood. Take it and you will walk as a lion among sheep. Men will tremble at your approach, and you will never fear death again.
And if I refuse?
Then you will be prey, like all mortals. I will spare your life this once, but you will be banished from this hall. Perhaps you still need convincing. Behold the power! This is the power that I offer. Now, make your choice.
We have a bit of a dilemma. Power is something we are seeking. To become a vampire, what price? Okay, hearken. I'll accept.
Be still.
Seem almost clearer to us right now. Like a long time ago, you know, when we were having our headaches and visions, seems like it, and we started, you know, getting better, so to speak. This feels even better, and that strange comfort of home is really setting in on us. Let us speak with Harkin.
Awake at last. Good. The power is growing within you, and now you must learn to wield it.
Okay, but let's ask some questions. What happened? How did I get here?
My blood is potent. At first the body is overwhelmed by it. After my bite, you collapsed and fell into a slumber. Now your flesh has acclimated to the new blood that courses through your veins. I assure you, no harm was done. In truth, your strength surprises me. Not all mortals can withstand my embrace.
Okay, well, what is this place?
A shrine to Molag Bal, the mighty Daedra prince who is father to all our kind. Our power is a blessing from him. It is he who first bestowed the gift of the ancient blood upon me.
Now that necessarily is not setting too well with us. Daedric blood, if you will. Now we're feeling a little bit of regret. You made a pact with Molag Bal?
In an age long forgotten to history, I ruled as a mighty king. My domain was vast, my riches endless, and my power infinite. And yet, as my mortal life neared an end, I faced a seemingly invincible enemy. My own mortality. I pledged myself to Molag Bal, and in his name I sacrificed 1,000 innocents. In reward, he gave everlasting life to myself, my wife, and my daughter, and so I have defeated mortality itself.
Okay, well, even though we may have made a mistake, we might as well at least learn something.
With my guidance, you will become a deadly instrument, striking terror into the hearts of mortals wherever you tread. Now listen to my words and do as I instruct. The true power of the ancient blood is found in the form of the Vampire Lord. Assume the mantle of the Vampire Lord, and we will continue.
Okay. a vampire lord ability. Alright.
Transform and I will teach you more. In this form, you can drain the life from your foes with your right hand. With your left hand, you can wield the power of blood magic to raise the dead. You can also call upon the powers of night to turn into a swarm of bats and reappear some distance away. Should you run out of magicka, you can descend to the ground and fight as the beasts do. Do so now, and we will continue. Good. You are weaker while on the ground, because you cannot access the blood magic. However, the night powers are still yours to command, and your claws are still formidable weapons. Over time, your powers will grow in strength, and you will find new ways to use your gifts.
Okay. These are vampire abilities. 50-point bonus to health, magicka, and stamina as a vampire lord. Then all kinds of other things.
There is much to learn, but if you master the powers of the Vampire Lord, few enemies will be able to stand against you. There is one last thing you must know. Slaying mortal men with your life drain grants you new night powers and blood magic. I keep a stable of thralls in the castle should you need to feed like the baser vampires to stave off the sun. That is all I have to teach you. If you wish to be reminded of these lessons, you need only ask. I have a task that will test your new powers. But first, do you have any questions?
I don't know if we're quite ready for this sort of thing, but in this vampire form, we almost seem helpless. So there's a part of us in our head that's screaming, what have you done? But we can't overcome it. So we're ready.
Good. Go and speak to Garen Marethi. Tell him it is time. He will understand. I have kept my end of the bargain. Now I expect you to keep yours.
Just getting a feel for everything. Seeing darker areas. Now we're coming back. Doesn't seem to physically have changed as much in this form so far. We have someone to speak with.
Life here is better than you could find anywhere
See where
in
he's at.
Skyrim.
Up there, okay. Yeah, now we're almost feeling, in a way, kind of like a puppet. We don't have much choice in this matter.
I have kept my end of the bargain. Now I expect you to keep yours.
So we have to read first. Up there, okay. Yeah, now we're almost feeling, in a way, kind of like a puppet. We don't have much choice in this matter.
I am above the petty squabbles here. I have lived for far too long to be bothered with them.
I have a message from Harkin.
Lord Harkin, remember your place. Now, what is our Lord's wish?
Simply said, it is time.
Well, well. He wants the chalice, then. You've heard of the Bloodstone Chalice?
No, never heard of it.
It is a rather well-kept secret. The chalice has been in Lord Harkin's possession for quite some time now. It is, when used properly, able to increase the potency of our powers. He has neglected using it for ages. If he wants it filled now, then grander things are afoot. This is good. Follow me. I'll take you to it. Lord Harkin has never cared to use the chalice, relying on his more than adequate powers until now. This is an intriguing change.
And more powerful than they already are. That's... could be concerning. At least in this moment, we... again, feeling compelled to do all of this.
Excuse us. I need to fetch the Bloodstone Chalice.
The chalice? Why?
What you up to, Garan?
Lord Harkin's orders, Orthiolf. Calm yourself. Our friend here has been ordered to fill the chalice.
Really?
Indeed. She's off to Redwater Den.
Well then, best of luck to you.
Then Galmo and Orthiolf are Harkin's primary advisors. I'm sure they're quite surprised to learn that you're taking the chalice. And here we are. Now, this chalice needs to be filled directly from the blood spring that is the source of Redwater
Surprised you
Den.
weren't at the last
That's not
meeting with
enough.
our Lord, Finn.
Once that's done,
Too busy
the
plotting
blood
to
of a
overthrow him to
powerful
show up.
vampire needs to be added to it.
What?
Keep in mind that
meeting?
Redwater
I wasn't
Den has
informed of
fallen
anything.
into, well, let's just say less reputable members of society now dwell there. It's your choice whether to attempt to deal with them or force your way through. Hurry back. You don't want to keep Lord Harkin waiting.
Okay. We have to go to this Redwater Spring and fill this chalice. We're over just by a little bit. Okay. Again, we're feeling compelled, but we still have some of our own will. That's most likely due to that Nephilim blood that's in us. Maybe even the dragon blood that is in us. So what we're gonna try to do now is see about potentially something else. What is this here? Who are you sneaking around?
You're mine.
It's a scout from the Dawn Guard.
Not impressed.
Well, now that we got some new abilities, we might as well use them.
The whites take you.
Someone else around here. See if I can find them.
Enough of this! Like the bite of a flea! I'll rip your heart out!
Careful. Let's see how well we can make play attacks. have enough to at least level it, if you will. So, let's revert that form. Still no major physical changes. Now we're back to feeling a little bit of regret. Like, basically, like we almost have this split between us. Of like, yes, this is what you should do. This is what you're meant to do. And then no, no, no. You know, this back and forth dialogue that's now going on inside our mind, and it just won't stop. So we're gonna try to head back across the water. We're gonna go a little somewhere else, back to the Enclave, and see if we can make some sense of what's going on. Maybe talk about hybridism. Maybe that will, well, take care of these voices that are now in our head. So, we'll see in a bit. Alright, we've made it back. Let's torch so we can see a little bit better. Eric. Let's talk about that hybridism again.
And so the young Nephilim has come to me for information on growing in power, even going so far as to taint himself to get access to said abilities. I suppose it was inevitable. What with the dangers of angels lurking in the shadows? Well, you've seen the fonts at the entrance of the clave. What form of hybridism do you want to know about specifically?
Well, tell me again about the vampire hybridism.
You've seen the statue of a vampire lord emerging from the vampiric font? What you probably didn't realize is that it's a live vampire. The original vampire, to be specific. Because she was the first vampire in existence, her blood is the most potent. Keeping her sedated was too troublesome. Therefore, we found a way to desiccate her utilizing angelic magic. After her body was stripped of all its blood, it desiccated into stone. The only way to revive her is to feed her a special type of blood. The blood was then collected into the font. After it's drunk, vampirism will attach itself onto the human blood coursing through your veins, thus granting you the perks of vampirism, while your angelic blood keeps the negative effects at bay.
Okay. So, let's go look at the font. It's near the entrance. We've passed by it, actually, I should say, quite a few times now. So far.
Alright. See you around.
Maybe there's something we're missing. A piece of the equation that's left out. These different books. We're going to have the game crash. I'll be back. Okay, so after doing a bit more research, reading through the tomes, we found that those fonts are only there to basically make you become a hybrid. So technically, we already now are a hybrid. So some of the vampiric negative effects are negated. Found that through reading some of the tomes in that library. So we're going to continue on with the quest that Harkin has given us. But on our way, we're going to stop over here, find the source of power, because we were told that, you know, Dragonborn becoming more powerful, because that is what we're doing, is we are seeking more power. And then, of course, we'll continue with the Bloodstone Chalice, which is just down the way, over this way. So first thing, though, get over here. Just take out these wolves. I'm not gonna take all their pelts. We are running a little heavy. We're in some territory I have not seen. And the voices have just kept going, back and forth about, you know, we're doing the right thing, we're doing the wrong thing. This is your destiny, this is going against your destiny. You know, just back and forth. Like I say, we're not doing too well mentally. Physically, we feel amazing. Better than anyone could imagine. It's very pretty. I feel like we're getting close. Not too far away. Water. There's trees, that sun. So let's see what's over this way. Some new source of power out here. That seems a bit unlikely to us, at least. We did find out that there is a way to, through the Enclave, to kind of raise up some of our vampiric ability. Downside is, in order to gain more power, we have to do some not so great things in return, and that's feeding. This looks like this could be the place. Potentially, no, still not. Still got a little ways to go. Oh, and also, dear readers, we leveled up. We're at level 20. Draco's awake. Basically, I put a little bit in the health, and then in block, deflect arrows is so. Now, if we get arrows shot at us, they will not do damage. See a dragon up there. I wonder if that is a source of power. I think that dragon is stuck, animation-wise. Which is kind of funny. Yeah, it appears to be stuck a little bit. Wonder if we can unstuck him. Alright, let's come on around. Mr. Vampire. Come down here. Make sure.
Who's?
Hit him a little bit. This is going to be an extremely fun quest with a stuck dragon. So I'm going to just save here real quick. I'm going to reload this save as well. See if it'll kind of, you know, kick him in gear. Nope, okay. Well, apologies, dear readers, that this won't be an amazing dragon fight. We got the word wall. Frost breath. That's the source of power. So that's what's clearly happened. He's been frozen in place. Fire, frost, breath. Silly. Okay. Can't really get up there and take him out, so we will just, for all intents and purposes, we've slayed the dragon. Interesting items here. It's only level 7. Crackle. It's been used before. Not by us. Alright. Just leave that dragon beam. We are gonna head down toward Redwater Den. Just to show you here. It is just down this way. So we're gonna keep making the trip. And in the old school way, if anything happens along the way, of course we'll catch up, but back to storytelling mode. You know, we've defeated the dragon, learned a new ability, Frost Breath, which could come actually will come in quite handy, slowing people down and whatnot. So we're just going to keep making our way across this interesting territory that we haven't seen before. Even though we have been to Riften, we typically have taken the path around this way, so to come down here into this marshy area is quite interesting for us. We'll just come through here, make our way, and Redwater Spring is in our grasp.